Embarrassing and pathetic go hand in hand. When you look that word up in a dictionary, you're more than likely going to see an Arsenal crest right there. That's correct. I'm Ty Knight, this is TK24 Sports. If you're new to the show, make sure you like, subscribe, turn that notification so you do not miss a show every time we upload. Now let's go! Yes, just watch the pathetic performance of my team, Arsenal, lose to Manchester City 1-0. How the hell does Raheem Sterling score a header? And a good header at that. What was Rob Holding thinking, not even jumping to get in the way of Raheem Sterling? What was Bellerin thinking, letting him run off and then not even tell Rob Holding there's a man behind, jump high as you can? Communication. Now, when I watched the game, and I watched it, first half, second half, don't get me wrong, City looked awesome. They didn't create too many clear-cut chances. I mean, they had some good chances, not too many clear cuts. Arsenal, on the other hand, had no real clear-cut chances. They had none. They had half chances. Saka should have put Aubameyang through when Aubameyang all of a sudden found pace again in himself. Instead of Saka trying to do the chop and then try to twist and turn. No, he made a pig's ear of it. But I'm going to let Saka off. Why? Because he performs week in, week out. He can have one off game, and this is the game that he should have started. Martinelli should have started this game. Rest Saka for Benfica. That's what you should have done. But hey, Arteta, you're going to have to sort this team out. There's only so much you can do with these Arsenal players who don't have an IQ of, I say, 10. That's also the problem. When you watch City play, pass, move, pass, move. They even had the defenders camped in our half, bringing the ball up. How many times did John Stones bring that ball up 60, 70 yards, running with it without a tackle or a challenge going in to take him down? Not once. But then when Arsenal get the ball, they're frightened of the ball. They can't even pass to each other. The only way they know to pass is backwards and not even forward. And that's the embarrassing thing about watching Arsenal. It's damn well frustrating. But watching City play is a masterclass and it's beautiful to watch. The pass, the move, the pizzazz, everything about them is just mwah. It's beautiful. You watch Arsenal, you kind of hide behind your pillow and think, what the hell is going on? What am I watching? But then it's also clear to see this team is not ready for the Champions League. It's just about ready for the Europa League. There's still things that need to improve. There's still players that need to go out. So I understand that. But it's just frustrating as a fan to watch. But I understand that there's players in that squad that are not good enough. You look at City's squad. Yeah, they pay 30, 40, 50 million sometimes for a player. When have you actually seen City play over £100 million for a player? And look how good their squad is. Look how good their squad is, and they've never paid £100 million for a player. John Stones was what, 50? Kyle Walker what, 52? Sterling around the 50. De Bruyne was what, 45? Back in the day, Aguero was 35. They don't pay big money for players. Don't get me wrong, 40, 50 million pounds for players are expensive. That's a lot of money. You know, if I get £5 rubbed together, okay, I'm not that poor, but you get my point. My point is, if you want Arsenal, and I want Arsenal to be better, you got to look at certain models and start saying to yourself, it's not about pumping in £200 million and telling the owner, hey, Kroenke, get 200 million from your checkbook and let's give it to us. 200 million pounds is a lot of money. 50 million, 10 million, 1 million pounds is a lot of money. And when you say, well, he's a billionaire in assets, not liquid assets, you've got to cash your asset in to pump in. Now, bearing in mind, this owner also has different franchises. So he's relying on the franchise to make money, to generate money in order to bring in what they need to bring in. You also have to understand the concept of Kroenke. He is used to American sports where they don't buy and sell players, they just pay contracts. Or they do trades. They don't give cash. So for this owner to keep on dipping his hands in his pocket, pretty much like Abramovich can do, because, you know, that's Abramovich, he's done that from day dot. But that's how it works. Now, Kroenke will spend money, because it's proven he will spend money. But you also need the right man at the club to do so. Now, Arsenal's record this season is dreadful. It's woeful. It's embarrassing. They can hardly score at home. They're on a losing record for the season. It's embarrassing, but there's a process. And people say, what the hell's the process? The process is getting these players out who's not good enough. This video can't be long enough to talk about how many players need to go, so there will be a separate video on the show for the players that need to go. And it's quite evident today. Yes, you can get on Willian all for all you want. You can get on Bellerin all for all you want. You can get on Xhaka, El Nene, Holding. The list can go on and on and on. But once those cast of players are gone, you're going to have to replace them. And that in return costs money. The players I've mentioned have no material value. You're lucky at best for the best return you're going to get, both with 25 to 28 million. You don't have 40, 50 million pound players for those assets there to be sold. Because if we did, we wouldn't be selling those sort of players, would we? No. So when we do go in the transfer market, we've got to be sensible. Even I know this. And I'm serious about Arsenal fans when I'm saying this to you. Showing ambition is not spending 100 to 200 million pounds. That's not showing ambition. That's just showing wealth, not ambition. Ambition is getting the right pieces to complement what you have. Now, I still don't understand why Martinelli's not playing. There's an issue there, and there is a bloody issue about that. But if he doesn't play against Benfica, there's a problem, because you've got to rest Saka now, because he is tired. I understand why you're playing Odegaard. I do get it. I do understand why you're playing this man. And people say, well, what a waste. If you're playing him, he's playing against City. He's got players around him who are passing and moving. So it makes everyone look stupid. But at the same time, it's because Guardiola has instilled that into him. You're thinking that they play like that all the time. They have not. It took years to get to that level. Now, understand that. Years to that level with those players, with a DNA that's been bred into them. That's why they're superior to everyone else. That's why every year they're contending for the title. That's the truth of it. They may have slipped away last year, but look at him now. Look at him. Who's touching him? What, 10 points clear? Is it 10 or 13 points clear? But if you, Arsenal fans, if you want us to get there, you're going to have to be patient. And yes, we've been saying that word for a long time, patience. But I'm telling you now, it's not going to take £200 million to get us back to that echelon. It's going to take good players who understand football and who have an IQ. But it also takes the manager to also understand, play the best players, players with energy, players who's going to run, players who's going to pass and move. But at the same time, if you don't have those players at your disposal, there's nothing you can really do. And that's the truth of it. I'm Ty Knight. This is TK24 Sports. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, turn that notification on so every time we upload, you don't miss a show. Thank you, and we'll see you really soon.